Well, look at what goes down now. Look at this baloney, dude. As soon as I make a deck profile, as soon as I make a video talking about what kind of support I wish weather painters would get, we get a weather painter card revealed for Dimension 4. So I guess it's just confirmed that Konami just listens to me. John from Just Nuts just listens to me and nobody else when it comes to this stuff, right? Just wait for John to talk about something that needs support and we'll throw it out there. Yeah, right. I've talked about so much stuff they never. This is just a crazy coincidence. But let's get into this thing. One new weather painter card. Usually I don't do one card of support unless it's crazy. But I just thought this card, the fact this is one of the archetypes I really want to see support for the last while that like needed it bad. Let's see how we go. It's a field spell. I had a couple people in my comment section of the video saying that we need support, like pretty much saying a field spell could be it. Let's get into this thing, man. All right, so of course here we have our weather forecast. Okay, what's cool is this card does have the weather in the name, but it's not a continuous spell or trap, so it does miss some synergies. But to be honest, I'm kind of glad it's a field spell because weather painters could definitely run into this problem where you just ended up with like 4, maybe even 5 canvases filling your columns, and because of that you actually could like lock yourself out of using any other spell or trap that like did anything that wasn't a canvas. And so this card being a field spell actually might be good. Anyway, you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn, and you can only use the second and third effects once per turn as well. So three effects. Let's go. First effect reads, when this card resolves, you can place 1 weather spell or trap directly from your deck to a spell and trap zone. Let's go. Okay, so already it is a searching field spell, but it is important to note it is not searching any of your monsters. It's just searching a canvas, which is still really good. This can give us more consistent access to snowy canvas, which is really nice because one of my favorite things to do is have snowy canvas with weather painter snow, because snow, if you don't already have a canvas set up to chain and get her off the field quickly, she can be veilered or impermed and still be shut down on her access to another card. But now your deck already doesn't care about Ash, right? Even this card places. And now this card, like with snow in hand, like still beats Veil or Imperm. So there's very few hand traps that actually cause you problems in this deck at all, which is awesome. A lot of like common cards played in the metagame right now, like do not really hurt this deck very much. Okay, really cool. Good first effect, gets us a lot of utility. Yeah, we'll come back to this though. Second effect, you can also treat face-up weather cards in your spell and trap zone as weather monsters, and use them for the link summon of a weather link monster. Ooh, that's so cool. I never thought about that as a possibility. I like, it was one of those things where I was like, I don't know how they need to do it, but they need to make our boss monster more accessible. And this does it for sure. I mean, we have ways to get to like 3 or 4 canvases before even being able to get like the 3 materials for blah blah blah. I'm being a nincompoop for the link monster. Jeez. What's also really cool that I didn't even mention before, this is the weather forecast, so I believe this is searchable off of snowy canvas. So even if we just get to snowy canvas, you can go snow, activate, place canvas, banish snow to search this, activate this. As long as I had any other weather painter in deck, I can get the additional normal summon. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Some good stuff. Okay. Because, spoiler alert, I already saw the last effect. During your main phase, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 the weather monster. Woo! This card is pretty something. I mean, this card seems pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. It helps so many problems, right? Excuse me. If I sound weird, by the way, I'm coming down from a little cold. I tested negative for COVID, which is great. Just coming down from a little cold. Felt like crap 2 days ago. Felt not great yesterday, but today I'm feeling almost normal, just with a little bit of sinus shenanigans. Whatever. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here. Honestly, I think this is really good support. This is really, really good support. But, and I mentioned this in my support video for weather painters, like literally yesterday, or 2 days ago. One, when I talked about the deck, I said there is a world where one card could like make this deck playable, like competitively, legitimately, like not meta, but like a rogue deck that actually you might want to keep an eye out for. And I felt like the one thing the deck would need is like a easy one canvas card, like a canvas that just is a disruption, and a snow just sets it up, right? Because now we have much more easy access to snow. We have thunder as well, and so getting it would actually be very easy and consistent. And so if the deck could just have one card interruptions, and obviously you'd have follow-up because you'd be banishing a snow, a thunder, or whatever to do it, you'd automatically have that body coming back. So you'd have follow-up, plus it's a continuous, so it would be there every turn. So it's not just, your opponent doesn't just have to deal with the one interruption, which obviously isn't that powerful for 2021. But if they can play through that and not clear it and deal with the banished monster, or like deal with it when it comes back, they still have to worry about another interruption turn after turn after turn after turn. So I actually felt like that was the one piece that like I wanted the most, but this was like the second piece I really wanted to see. And this is the piece that helps us get to our boss monster much easily. I think this card potentially could make it so we can make our boss monster turn on our next turn. And that's the downside also, is like, I'm not sure how often or if it's ever going to be worth for us to make the boss monster turn 1, because maybe it's possible to make it turn 1, but not make it with weather painters underneath, or you need to open like a 3 or 4 card combo. And I don't want to build this deck into a combo deck. I think this deck works better as a control deck where you're getting utility out of your canvases. And I think that's the one thing here, is we're just missing like one utility card in an actual decent disruption other than the boss monster. I get it, the boss monster is insane, but it just needs so much setup that like, it's 2021. We can't be not doing anything turn 1, trying to hold out turn 2 on our opponent's turn, and then turn 3 is when we actually start summoning interruptions. We need to be having stuff a little faster. So even if it's just one mediocre interruption, I'm saying it could be an imperm type continuous, like just target a monster on the field, negate its effects till the end of the turn, and it banishes a weather painter to do so. That's all I'm looking for. It can be that weak, or it can be stronger than that. You know what I mean? Negate and destroy. Maybe it only negates spells and traps. Maybe it only negates monsters. Maybe it's just a removal, targeting destruction removal of a face-up card, right? It could be anything in that category, but just needed to be something. And we don't have that yet, but this is still really nice. I'm not trying to poo-poo all over this card. This card is literally like the second best card we could have possibly gotten here, I think. They really pushed this card with 3, not just 3 effects, 3 really good effects. The only other effect this could have was like protection for canvases, and that might have been too much for 4 really good effects. So I like this card a lot. I actually can't wait to build it again once this card comes out. I think this definitely makes it so I might consider changing ratios around for some of the canvases and stuff. But definitely really interesting. I'm really curious to see where the deck can go off of this. And now the only thing I would even look for is a disruptive canvas. That's it. It's like an okay interruption canvas, and I think the deck would be like legit rogue playable, no joke. So yeah, there's your 10-minute review of this card, even though you probably didn't need 10 minutes to review it. Those are my thoughts of somebody who has really paid a lot of attention to weather painters and really kept an eye on them and done a lot of thinking about what kind of support I'd want to see for them. But there you go. Thank you so much for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more news reviews when new cards drop. One more. I mean, this is I feel bad because I don't. I'm out of here. I'm sorry. Love you. Great card. Peace.